Okay, so this is super interesting. Like, I see love, of course. I mean, we do have uh, these things going on down here below, and this soulmate connection is really emphasized here, right? I mean, we've got Two of Cups, we've got the Sun, we've got the Lovers. But it's kind of like, I don't see you with this soulmate right now. I feel like it's kind of this connection has, and there was a decision involved with it, which, you were working with that Three of Swords, right? The heartache. So, and there has been this theme of perhaps leaving a person. I'm wondering if you haven't done it, right? You've dealt with the heartache and because that Three of Swords was here. If it wasn't last time, it was the time before last. And now this Eight of Cups is here, which is making me feel like you've dealt with the initial heartache of it. And now, it's like you get to move on, right? There's like some going deep, there's still emotions here, but I feel like they're mostly fueled by this lover's connection, right? So I just wanted to hit that real quick because the real story here is communion with God. I'm seeing so much in here. And this, and with that being the case, this connection is, what many call twin flame connection. I mean, we see a lot of fire here, a lot of passion, a lot of emotion. And, this kind of connection is rare, right? And it means, I know those who are watching this and have been watching this are, very much also in touch with their higher selves, right? And have come into balance with the masculine and the feminine within themselves. Or at least have been there, and, there's always an oscillation, but you've learned how to embrace each one, and you're continuing to learn. All right, this balance over here, this balance, there's a lot of balance going on here. And so here in the present, it's like I'm seeing this sun up here and the moon down below, and I'm almost seeing this as that reflection of the sun and the moon, right? It's softer. I mean, we look at this guy, and you can see the face right here. Those are the eyes and the nose and the hair. And, I do feel like you're very pumped up, right? This Ace of Rods here. Very much like using this fire, this passion. I'm really feeling like a passion and a deep emotion. And you might not even know why you have the emotions and the fire, why you feel so strongly for this person, right? That's like there's this mystery about it, but you can feel this abundance, this, it's this gold, right? This connection is gold. And I'm almost seeing this as like this portal that's being opened up with this, the eclipse season, right? And this manifestation, magician right here. So this portal is opening up, and once again, we have a path right here. And I feel like she's going towards this tower here and look, the magician is wearing this red coat, right? So this is this decision that you've made to make the life that you want, right? Envisioning it, taking advantage of this portal, this space and time that's opened up for you. And, this balance here, I'm really drawn to the towers, right? Because we do end with the tower here. And he is standing in what, could very well be one of these towers. It's this round window, right? This is the creation. This is the wild side, the unknown side. You've already experienced this, right? This guy is on this side of the equation, the future. This guy was in the past, right? And of course, we want to balance that out. But I feel like right now you're called to really go within and really get in touch with that wild aspect of yourself, right? The square tower on the side with the domesticated dog. This is the round side with the wolf. I really love this reading. So, this is where you are. This is, the time frame, right? Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. And although this isn't necessarily, a new moon, this is just a powerful time, right? That we're able to really create, the reason it uses powerful, because, look at this reading. It's so powerful. Because this is what your goal is, or what you think is possible and beautiful, right? The sun with the magician, and the magician is Mercury. You're ruled by Mercury. This Gemini moon is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is in Scorpio at this time, and it's in opposition to Uranus, which is the tower here, right? So you know that this portal has opened up. You know that you can use this energy, this fire, this expansiveness, and that you have the tools, you have the balance. You do know yourself, right? This is powerful, powerful energy. And here below, for me, the way this is set up, it looks to me like you're looking right in the eye of God, right? It's like, this holding this rod, right? Your desire for the future, this vision of the future. And in your subconscious, you're telling God, you're looking him right in the eye and telling him what you want, knowing he's going to give it back to you, right? All right. That's what you want? Okay. Because right next to it here, we have this Two of Pentacles, and this is Jupiter in Capricorn. We're going to get back to that in just a second. So, in the earth element, you have this Ace of Rods, right? And I'm feeling like this is, a new beginning for you, right? And it's full of all those things that the rods are full of, right? Spirit, passion, creativity. And this is Mercury in Cancer. So Mercury, once again, is playing a part. And this is in your mind. And Cancer is the emotions. It's the creativity, right? But what I see with this is, since this is in your air element, thinking about what family means to you. Perhaps thinking about your friendships, which ones fuel you, which ones perhaps need to be left behind, right? Because this is like, who's holding me back from manifesting my dreams, and unfortunately, when you're on this path, it happens, right? You outgrow people. And, this is full of growth here, this Ace of Rods. This is pure potential. And I see this as communion with God, right? Feeding yourself on those things that will, nourish you, nourishing your mind. And then on this side, we have the Two of Pentacles and the water element. And, Jupiter and Capricorn, I feel like you are balancing your emotions, right? Look how flushed he is. Right? I think these waters are churning, but I don't feel like it's out of anger. I think it's out of passion. And you're using that intensity, right, too, of the last degrees of Jupiter. I mean, of Capricorn, as Jupiter is exiting, as Saturn is exiting. It's going to be intense. You're using the intensity of even the emotions of those around us, right? To create. And I feel like with this Eight of Cups here in the fire element, yes, moving towards this tower, but I feel like it's more of a, we have this connect with your emotions and dream and journey. Wow, underneath that we have autumn. Release the old and rest. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shoot. And then, of course, this South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. So, yeah, I mean, I think you are leaving some things behind. But it can just be, like, for good. I feel like you've made some steps. But, when we're letting go of something that's been in our lives for a long time, it can take a little while to let it go. But, I mean, both of these, it feels like, you're going on this path of greater fulfillment. This is part of the action steps that you're taking towards manifesting your dreams here. But I also think this is this inward journey, this communion with spirit. This, this is really, powerful, like communion with spirit, like powerful meditations, deep meditations. And that is leading you towards this tower, which, the water is boiling, right? We've got the tower on fire. The waves are crashing against it. And I get this feeling of awakening with this, right? This whole thing is like leading up, you're really connecting with spirit on like a very personal level. And that's when awakening happens. And this can be like finally breaking free as well, right? This can be like that moment in the future when you just really, when you're able to release your emotions, release this fire, that release, right? I mean, like I definitely see two stories happening here. I feel like the big one is spirit, of course, but this has all been, I mean, like this is, yes, this relationship with the higher self, but also very much, I feel, a high level soulmate connection, we'll say. You all are hot and fiery. You are steaming, right? And this is, this is saying connect with them. I mean, like that, I think is really how you're manifesting, right? We can really use those emotions to manifest our reality. And I think, yes, you're, and letting it guide you, right? Making the little adjustments as needed according to the emotions rather than the head, right? Because this is the air element, right? Connecting with those emotions. They really are, I have finally found, because I'm a Gemini, right? I'm Mercurial. I've finally realized that those gut reactions, and I did to a certain extent follow those gut reactions, but I didn't always trust them. And I've learned to trust them a lot more. And I have found that, I'm sorry, it just occurred to me that it is a better indicator of the right choice than just using logic alone. And that might also be part of this Ten of Swords, right? The end of logic. Not the end, but the end of, yeah, because that is Sun and Gemini. Gemini has got all the best cards, y'all. Well, it's a good thing we got the Lovers, because we got the 8, the 9, and the 10 of Swords. Things are not easy for us Gemini. All right, let's get a piece of art for Virgo. For Virgo, please. Virgo. I'm going to go right in here. Okay. To the left. Still life. And, you know, I'm pulled to the fact that we have this fruit and veggies, right? This nourishment. And maybe you're also, yeah, and you all are the sign of health. So maybe there's, you are thinking about healthy eating as well, right? But, you know, I feel like this is kind of, things might be kind of still right now, right? Because I don't see a whole, you know, I see you manifesting maybe some initial steps here. But for the most part, this is, things are still. And it's like you're looking at those things that nourish you. Maybe the things that need to get tossed, right? This guy's not looking so healthy. Yeah. You know, and the raising up and protecting and nourishing, or I don't necessarily want to say nourishing, but elevating those things that, and taking care of, protecting those things that do nourish you. All right, we have this guy was by the, it says Paul Hello, sketching with his wife. Have y'all got this before? But, right, I mean, like they've been canoeing. This is something that is nourishing for the body, mind, spirit. As is sketching. And he looks like there's a pole here. So, yeah, I feel like there's this sense of, she looks very peaked to me and uninterested. And I mean, like, this could either be, you're more in the masculine side of yourself, right? Because we have King of Rods, we have the Magician. I think you're more in the masculine side of yourself. Like a very King of Cups kind of feeling too. Because it is beside water. It is creative. We are connecting with our water, with our emotions, right? He's beside the field here. I mean, the stream, what have you.